Hello everyone, welcome to EagleEye Sprint Review. So let's have a look at the email. This is Sprint 61. So we have two goals. One is the webhook down video and the documentation for webhook. And we finished this goal. And Geoffrey is kind of get like feedback from Adam, and we are going to do kind of like a V2 video for it. And next one.
He also got feedback from Callum as well.
Okay. Not sure if it's noted down. Yeah, I will double check. Yeah. And another goal is Azure Marketplace. So we got an email from Microsoft team on how to test the deployment package. Yeah, we need to refine that email and split it to tasks, but we haven't got time to do it. Yeah. So it is a short sprint. It is 1 week, but 4 days. And here are time span, me 2 days, Geoffrey like 4 days. And here are all the PBI. So let me go through the dump PBI. So the first PBI is by Geoffrey. It's kind of like I paired with Geoffrey to fix this issue. So the problem is in the trigger history, we have a lot of like records, webhook triggers. Yeah. So we fix this one, and currently it works good. So in the down, you can see it is successfully triggered. Yeah, that's the first one. And second one is investigate trigger failures. So this one is also related to webhook. So Geoffrey, he set up a Power Automate, but when he trying to call webhook with this Power Automate URL, it failed. And it turns out it needs to add something to the URL. So this is a fix for this one. And for me, I was investigating this deployment pipeline issue. So the problem is when we deploy engine, we will get an error. It is saying content app environment is in process. So the cause for it is because we have two content app job. One is for schedule job for daily scan, and one is for manage job for historical scan. And when we deploy it, it is kind of modify the same content app environment, and it is causing this error. So I fixed this issue by just like initialize the content app once, so it can reference to the same environment. Yeah, and I did a test pass on staging and prod, works good. So any question, Adam?
No, all good.
Yeah, and next one is fix prompt validation logic. So we actually have a problem with AI tag. We have like checking prompt for AI tag, but under the hood, this logic is not correct. So I fixed this one. Yeah, and I also need to figure out when this like bug is being introduced, because it is causing the category email categorization is not correct. Yeah, I need to fix those data. Yeah, for this one. Yeah. So that's all the dump PBI. I will quickly go through the in progress. So for Geoffrey, he still need to do video for the webhook, and Geoffrey is also doing investigate on some Azure login issue. And for me, I pick up the one Jim is working on, so to remove the hard-coded tags and prompts. Yeah. And Jim also have another refinement on the alert email. So previously for schedule job and manual job, it will send the same notification. And this one is to kind of split them so we can clearly see which alarm is for daily job, which alarm is for manual job. Yeah. So that's all the PBI. Any question, Adam?
No, all good.
Oh, good. Yeah, and in the last one, we haven't got time to do the Azure Marketplace refinement, so it's still ready.
Okay, all right. So is that going to be attacked next sprint?
Yeah, we put it as a sprint goal in next sprint for this one. Yeah. So good. Okay, so I will continue. So for deployments, we have 1 portal deployment and 2 engine deployments. And for job execution, 4 days. And reports, so Stefan, Brady, Evan, top 3 users. And for the Epic progress, we have 1 PBI done for the webhook, which is the bug, the first bug we mentioned. And R&D, so I'm kind of doing investigation on Content App job deployment issue. Yeah, AI tools, I think is no change. And for retro, so I will quickly go through retro. So from me and Toby, yeah, so we finally finished the webhook feature, yeah, but there's still like a V2 down video. And Toby, we fixed deployment issue.
Can I just check with that webhook feature? When I spoke to Jeffrey yesterday, it seemed like the webhook functionality is basically when a tag is applied, it sends a message to the URL, but it doesn't contain any metadata about the email that's being tagged. Is that true?
That's right. That's right. I think in the table it doesn't have any like
So is the webhook feature actually finished then? Because it seems to me that you can't really use it for much. If you don't
that's
know
right.
which email has been tagged, right?
Yeah, I do agree. Actually, I was under the impression
the whole point was we need to know which email's been tagged, and then inside the parallel domain you can retrieve that email if you've got sufficient permissions, and then do something with it.
Yeah,
or at least
right,
retrieve
Colin.
the payload.
I'd suggest the webhook feature isn't finished because at the moment you can't really use it for too much useful functions, and that's probably why Jeffrey was having trouble demonstrating it something useful. Because all he could do was say a problem has occurred somewhere, and we got no idea where it is.
Okay, yeah. Oh, by the way, Colin, for the issue you mentioned, we actually have Geoffrey actually put a PBI to it. It will be this one. So add some email information to a webhook trigger. I think Geoffrey he will kind of work on those two and then do another down video. Yeah.
Okay.
So this one, okay. So I will put
good to bad, nice. You were down
we didn't fully finish.
I assume so we almost finished the webhook feature. What didn't go so well? There's still a little bit to go to make it useful.
It's not that it's still a bit of work to go to make it useful. It's more like you weren't really working as a team on the webhook feature.
Well, yeah, it seems like no one really understands what the purpose of it is and why it's a good idea, which is why people think it's been done when it isn't done, I guess.
Yeah, like I didn't get much confidence that that Jeffrey was challenged about what it did. Like he couldn't explain some basic things, which means there hadn't been any robust conversations about what the hell is this thing. And so did anyone who accepted the PR?
I think I did.
Yeah, so I think you've got to discuss more. And when let's just say you don't fully know yourself, Luke, then add Jim in and see if the conversation is better. And if Jim doesn't know much more, then add Toby in. And when Toby doesn't know much more, then add Rick, and then add Callum, and then add me.
I think on that topic, EagleEye is the hardest one to easily explain. Like it makes sense in our context.
But this specific feature, like they all understand that EagleEye gives reports on data. But this one was a hook. So that you've got to know what scenarios could this hook help. Like I can trigger anything. Okay, great. What am I going to trigger?
For example.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And this is like, you should be able to explain it. And Louis should be able to explain it, and we all should be able to say this is bullshit. We'd never use this.
Right.
Yeah.
So what is it? What does it do?
There's a hook that's going to allow you when Yak Shaver sees something in EagleEye sees something. I can't even think of a scenario, but let's just say we don't want Louis
email come through and it could trigger
sending a certain style of email. And it's important.
triggers an escalation.
Yeah.
Yes, but the problem is it doesn't say where the problem is at the moment. That's the bit that's missing. So all it knows is the problem is somewhere. We got no idea where it is.
Yeah. And it's not a big deal, but Jeffrey's first version of it, he didn't really know what it did. He said problem something. Like, you know,
Is it kind of the same way like we tag emails, categorize them or whatever? And if we have a very rare tag that might come up like a client email us saying this is ridiculous, I hate you guys and sue you, something like that.
Yeah.
What that?
That's a great example. Yeah. So if Louis gets an email where we're going to sue you, you get that. And then let's say the designers get something where you go, you've just used a copyright infringement.
Right.
It gets escalated. Yeah. Yeah. But we don't really know what those cases are. All we know right now.
What does the webhook do? Does that send an email or?
It will
Whatever
trigger.
you want it to do. So
It will trigger Power Automate to do anything.
Whatever you want.
Okay. So instead of just tagging an email, now there's also a trigger which could then do whatever you want.
Yes.
It means that EagleEye is no longer just reporting on things, but it can actually take action when there's something that needs to be done.
Yes. And that's a
That was the whole
huge
idea.
marketing improvement on the product.
I saw that in the one pager. I'm like, that's bullshit. Let's do that.
Well,
Yeah.
But now it does. There you go.
When we finish it, yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's awesome. I mean, okay,
Yeah.
this dials into the ambient intelligence.
Yeah.
Seconds.
yeah, and I don't think anyone is doing this specific thing. Although it could be done, you know, not with AI anyway.
Like,
They might be finding specific emails, but we can find more than just a specific email. Just we could do it based on the vibe a customer is at level 10 anger,
yeah, exactly.
you know, where no other tool does that
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yeah, and Adam, one thing is, I think we didn't like implement the Power Automate. You know, it is just endpoint to hit. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
But you need the Power Automate implemented so you have a contrived example that you can always use for a demo.
yeah, I think we are missing a practical example. Yeah. Yeah, for this feature.
Yeah. Well, just use the one I just gave. You can't think of anything better. The client is ridiculously angry and we need that escalated. And you can go to ChatGPT and say, give me something where I'm beyond angry, copy and paste that into an email, send the email, and it then sends an email to customer relations at northwind.com that says this client is super angry.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Yeah, got it. I think I'll probably create another PBI. Yeah, for the practical implementation of an example.
Yeah, but it's highly likely this could be the golden goose feature that more important than the rest of it.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's possible no one ever checks this report, but if we can have like certain edge cases where they get notified when something happens, based on communications happening in their business. Like 2 of your employees are having a big fight, Adam, you should know about it.
Yeah, could be. Sounds a bit big brotherish, that one.
Well, I'll send it.
I'm not sure I'd do that, but if somebody said,
yeah, somebody just emailed a client, it's like swearing at them. Like,
yeah,
no,
or sexual harassment.
yeah,
Yeah, somebody. Calum sending Louis a message, I'm feeling horny.
I have to stop saying that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So Adam, I will create another PBI to do the implementation for webhook.
Great.
Okay.
Use
Yeah.
that example. Of course, that was a joke, Luke.
Okay, I got it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, just check.
Yeah. Okay. So for next spring, I think is video down video.
We skip the rest of the retro.
We skip. I think we finished the retro.
Oh, I thought we were on the very
missed.
first point,
Okay,
and
I
I
missed.
interjected, and then we skip the rest of it.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. So so for didn't go so well. For me, Jim is kind of like needed in some other internal work. Yeah. So we kind of finish most of the PBR. Yeah. From me and Jeffrey will be friends. I think it will have like time zone issue when we collaborate. Yeah. And from Colin and Adam, I did one more. So webhook needs some more practical use cases. Yeah. Okay. Oh, good. Well, go to the forecast. So for the forecast, we have two goals. One is for video down video for webhook, but of course, this one needs some like prerequisites, PBIs. Yeah, like add more message, add more practical example. Yeah, and next one would be Azure Marketplace. We're going to refine the email. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to highlight it. So it should be this one, and this one. This one. So, Alan, any question?
No,
Okay. Okay. So,
oh, sorry.
Yeah.
With the with the planning,
mm,
there was. I just want to check. It has the UX one is the one from me, the first one.
I believe so.
yes, I think Geoffrey added it. Let me open.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about enhancement on the dialogue,
Yes,
right?
that's me.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Yep.
Yeah.
If you've looked at that, have you already looked at this, Luke?
I looked at by text, but haven't checked the video. Yeah, but I got
Okay. All
what
right.
you're
Once
saying.
you've looked at
Yeah.
the video, can you give it a like, please, after this meeting?
Okay. Yeah. Will do.
And I just want to check: did anyone in this team use Yak Shaver in the last week?
Not for me last week.
I did. Yeah,
I
for
think
one
Jim
video.
did. So go back onto the retro. I don't think I saw Jim with Yak Shaver on it. The retro. The email.
Okay. So Jim is using Yak Shaver.
Oh yeah. Good. Thank you.
Very from with mine. I didn't do. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay. Yeah. So where am I? I think we're about to come to the ending. So yeah. So this is this spring. Yeah, we will upload the video to the YouTube channel. You can see all our previous spring review down video. Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys. See you.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
See you later.
Stop recording.
The motion is too slow.